Hi, you guys. Eilers-Heffner here. Welcome to our Monday night Rock Your Purpose call. And it is almost Hawaii time, so super exciting. I should say Emerald Extravaganza, but when I started this business, and actually before I started the business, I saw people earning this very trip called Emerald Extravaganza. So emeralds and above earn this luxury, amazing tropical vacation, right? That Plexus pays for. And diamonds get like another 3 or 4 days on top of their emerald days. And so it's definitely inspiring and exciting to work towards. I am like pumped to be on this diamond trip in the future. And I know you guys are pumped to be on the Emerald Extravaganza. So last year was Mexico. The year prior was a cash payout because of how crazy our world was. The year prior to that was my first year going to Maui. And it was a literal dream come true. Like, as a PT, yes, we can save up money and afford a trip like that, but to not have to do that and be able to save up money for big family vacations and other stuff was such a huge blessing. And, you know, it's just so exciting. It's so exciting that our company rewards us with this trip and just everything that they do for us to help us get there. So what you guys can be doing is really sharing your excitement for your sponsors, your jewels that are on the trip, and sharing and posting what we're doing and what we're posting about, you know, make it your own, going live in your stories and being like, you guys, my friends are on this amazing trip. Like, I can't wait to show you a couple of their things that they're doing. I mean, whatever it is, but going live and showing your face and showing your excitement about that is going to speak so highly to your audience, and it's going to grab people's attention. So, you know, this is one of the things that I saw happening before I even really knew anything about the business. But this trip, I saw people earning it and I'm like, what's this? And then I saw them posting about this trip. And I was like, what? I want to do that. I want to go there. I want to have this amazing vacation. It just looks so fun because you're on vacation with your friends too, right? And we want, as your jewels, we want you there with us. Like, nothing better than having you guys with us at convention this year. It was so fun to have so many of us together. Like, that was huge. And we want that in Hawaii. That is what we want, because we want to hang out with you and have fun. Like, convention is so fun, right? But you are so dang busy. And in Hawaii, we're there to like be at the pool, be on the beach, having more relaxing time together. It's so fun. So definitely be posting. So don't just share button it, but copy stuff, paste it, save the pictures, talk about it, talk about why you're excited to go to Hawaii and what that means to your family and what that dream vacation means to your marriage or whatever, you know. And you can make that comparison between your job, because I know a lot of you are working outside the home. So make this comparison of, hey, I can be the best therapist in the whole clinic, but my work is still not sending me to Hawaii, right? They're hardly sending me to continuing education. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. And so be able to talk about that, inspire your audience, right? Like, we do have a lot of therapists on our team because you have a lot of therapist leaders, and we've attracted therapists, and you all have friends that are therapists. So go for it. And all y'all that aren't PTs and OTs and speech therapists, like, you probably know friends that are, so be talking about your therapy friends on this vacation. And then you want to also be talking on your wall, talking in your stories about your why and your vision. So I keep saying, like, my mission right now is to help people see that they can do more. You can do more. Here's Fallon. Fallon just gave us the whole rundown on how to do more. Okay. But I want people to see that they can do more. You can still be a good mom and work and have a successful business. You absolutely can. It doesn't mean there's no sacrifice there, but that isn't something you lead with. Hey, don't fold your laundry for 2 months and come join me in this business. That's not what you lead with. We want people to be excited and see us excited and see our bigger vision and our bigger why, in order for them to get to that point of, wow, I'm having struggles getting my laundry folded, where you're like, it's fine. It's just laundry. Leave it sitting there. And then you can coach them through that if that is something that truly is bothering them. We want you to share about more than just in general. Like this goes from Hawaii on. You want to be sharing about your why and not about it just being about the fancy. Can the fancy be part of your why? Absolutely, because you're going to attract people that also are excited about the fancy trips, the fancy cars. But you also want to go beyond that. We're not working for a trip to Hawaii. I can afford my own trip to Hawaii, but what I'm working for is for other people to see this vision that they can have this option too, that they can have time in their life and make time and learn things and do them, and also change this financial and health trajectory for their family, and also helping them to overcome whatever mindset issues that they have, right? Because it isn't just about the business. We end up supporting people through lots of things, okay? Lots of life things. And that's okay. That's good. This is why we have such a strong community. But we also want to share with them our vision to support an orphan ministry, or to support a homeless organization, or feed the hungry, or whatever. We have to be talking about why we want this big business, this big thing, so that we can show that it isn't just about the fancy. Okay. There's nothing wrong with fancy, but what else are we doing beyond that? What are we doing to provide for our children in a way that we weren't able to do without Plexus? Okay. And I think about this. So let's say that I'm going to physical therapy for my knee, and my therapist is like, okay, I need you to do this, and this exercise. And I like go home and I don't do them. And I come back and I say, my knee still hurts. And they say, did you do your exercises? And I say, no, I didn't. I didn't fit it into my day. And they say, why not? And I said, I don't know. I didn't have time. Well, but clearly my knee doesn't hurt bad enough, right? My knee cannot be bothering me enough that I am not doing the things that I'm asked to do to help it get better. Okay. And we all do this in some area of our lives. And this is not to be condemning, but this is to make a point that if something is painful enough in your life that you're seeking out a solution. I seek out the solution to go to PT. I drive there. I make sure my kids are taken care of so I can make the appointment. I get there. I do the things there. And then I go home and forget about the stuff. Then clearly my knee doesn't hurt that bad. I might show up for a team call, but if I'm not then applying what I'm learning, or applying the IPA, the home exercise program, IPA, then I clearly am not hurting enough in my heart, in my financial situation, in my health situation, in my dream or my goal. That's not painful enough for us unless we are working and doing the things to come beyond that and move beyond it. Okay. It might mean that you have to work your home exercise program in a weird way, and that's fine. Personally, I would go to the gym, do my workout, and then do my home exercise program while I was at the gym. Because if I was like, I'll do it later when I get home, it was a struggle. I found a way in order to do those exercises along with another task. So this is all slight edge atomic habit right here, right? Atomic habits, you stack your habits, but that allowed me to be successful. And there's no reason that you can't do IPA. There just isn't. There's no reason you can't. So what is your why? What is your vision? I need you to like write 2-3 pages, whatever it is, of all the things that you want in your life and your legacy for your children, until you get to the point where you're like, I have to do these things because it's too painful to not do these things, right? You have to dig deeper down into your heart and realize what it is that you are working so hard at or going to work so hard at that is going to make that change. Okay. So there you go. Between that and what Fallon said, I don't even know that I need to say anymore. However, I do have a couple of more things planned and it's only been like 10 minutes. So I will say a little bit more. I want you to use your tools as tools. Your back office report, your perks report, your tracker, your points tracker. Those are not tools to condemn you or where you're at. This is not oh my gosh, 3 months ago, my points were here and now they're here. Oh, I'm such a failure. No, 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 no. Those are there to be tools. Okay, what was I doing 3 months ago? That's what my points were. But what was I doing 3 months prior to that? So what was I doing 6 months ago that got my back office to this point here 3 months ago from right now? You have to actually look back because we kind of work in like these 3-month increments, so to speak. Okay. So we're using our back office. Maybe you go back 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 months, a year ago. What were your points? Okay. What were you doing to get to that point? Then what changed and how did this change our points? This is not to condemn you or to make you feel bad. This is a tool for you to say, what was I doing that was working and what do I need to improve on? Just like Fallon was saying, you get that 21 Logs of Leadership book, you look at where you need to improve on and you need to go back and move forward with those things, right? So we don't want to go into the momentum chat and scroll back to last September and say, oh, there were only this many joins last September. You know what? I will take the momentum chat away. We won't have it. It is not there for you to look back and go, I'm doing just fine because this is where we were last year. We're not comparing to justify our behavior. We're comparing to learn, make changes, and move forward. Okay. That's why we have tools. Just like a carpenter has a whole toolbox full of stuff. It's there to be used when it needs to be. It's not the hammer's fault that the screwdriver didn't do its job, right? It's just not. We have to use the right tool at the right time. And tools are immoral, like our back office. It doesn't show our worth. That is not our worth. My house being clean or dirty does not show my worth or my value as a wife or a mother. It's stuff that I like to have better and organized so that I can be more functional in my life. And that's exactly why we have a back office, so that we can be functional in our business. We have to reflect back in order to know where we're at. Otherwise, you're just going blind. It's just like Fallon said, if you're doing your IPA, you have to track it somehow. You have to figure out a way to track it, because one of two things. One, if you're not tracking and writing it down, you're probably going to forget about someone and not follow up with them properly. Or two, you think that you just did like all this awesome IPA, but when you actually write it down, you're like, oh, it wasn't as much as I thought, right? And so we have to have trackers and tools, but those are to help us make decisions and move forward. Functional and sustainable for you. Fallon had a very, very strict schedule. Nap time after bedtime, nap time after bedtime, 2 hours, 2 hours. Her schedule didn't change. That isn't necessarily true for everyone on this call. My schedule differs from day to day. Even though now my kids are back in school, some days I do pickup. Some days I don't do pickup. Some day a kid has a cross-country meet. Some days I have a doctor's appointment. Whatever that is, my office hours have to still happen and they have to be plugged in there, even though it could look differently from day to day to day to day. But it isn't that the office hours don't happen. It's that the schedule has to work around all of that. And that is where we say, no, I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z, because I do need to have office hours in my day. And that's what she was talking about. Not getting your nails done, not getting your eyelashes done, whatever. You have to decide that for you. I do believe in self-care. I'm one that's not very good about actually taking care of myself. I'm too busy working and taking care of other people. And so I've had to learn a balance for myself. And this is something your sponsor can help you with too, is like finding that, what is this good balance for you, with saying no to frivolous, not necessarily things that have to happen, but saying yes to taking care of our physical body too. So making it just really functional and sustainable for you. And then lastly, while we're gone, make sure that you are starting some messenger parties. Get with a couple, like my girls, my golds, you all have like a system. We have a system, we plug people in, we have a system in place. But if not, make sure if you're doing your IPA and you got a lot of people talking back to you, then plug them into a messenger party. You don't need your sponsor to throw a messenger party. You can all do that. You can do a Facebook event party. It's all in the Pink Power launch party. It tells you exactly what to do. It's all copy and paste. You can do it. So doing your own leading your group of people, leading yourself well. We talk about that all of the time. And then I also wanted to say, stop shoulding yourself. Shoulding. I should go work out. I should get up earlier. I should go to bed earlier. I should do more IPA. I should spend more time with my kids. Like, stop. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You have to write down what is your priority. What are the most important things in your life? What is non-negotiable, and start from there. Okay. So start from there. Pick 2 non-negotiables for the day. 2. That's it. 2 non-negotiables for the day. 2 personal non-negotiables, 2 business non-negotiables. 2. That's it. Not fold all the laundry, mop all the floors, do this, take the kids on a 6-hour walk and a hike and up the waterfall. No, make it simple. And they don't care. Our family doesn't care about some elaborate trip out to the park and this and that. They care about time with us, right? My kids have always gone outside in our neighborhood. Take the dog, don't take the dog, take the bikes, take the scooters, whatever. And they are happy. And then we have days where I'm like, hey, let's work really hard on getting X, Y, and Z done. And then we'll go to the park. We'll go to the hike. We'll go to the river, whatever. And those don't happen as often. And that's okay. But it's spending that time with them. I'm big on eating properly. So my non-negotiables are usually making sure we have some sort of meal. And thankfully I have one kid now that likes to cook. Unfortunately, he's in school now until, and then has practice. So he's not home to do it. But I have a crock pot, right? I have a plan. I have a brain. And so it's still making sure we're eating healthy most of the time. That's very important to me. And then making sure my kids are doing like chores and participating in cleaning or some sort of task so that they're learning those tasks along the way. Those are very important things to me. My non-negotiables, like for my chores for myself, I don't pick 12 of them. I pick a couple a day. And then of course, as I'm going through my day, other things are getting done, but those aren't the focus. It's, it is what it is. I'm listening to this Audible book. I just talked about it on my stories today. It was really good. So check that out if you want to hear some more practical tips on this whole household management stuff. I feel like I talk about it all the time because I do like to manage my household well, and I always want to learn how to be more efficient. And this is the same thing with our business. We want to do our business well. And so what is it that we're doing? What are the non-negotiables? Where are we falling on that? And are we holding ourselves accountable to that? So anyway, that's what I have for you. Be action focused, pick 2 things, get good at those, then pick 2 more things and get good at those. And then 2 more, build on it. Start with something small. Maybe it's, making sure you're doing 1 extra outreach every day. And as that gets easier and quicker, then you add in another one. And then you add in another one. Okay. So IPA tracker sheets. I talked about this. Was it on book club or some other call I did not too long ago, the winning day. And I can't stress that enough. Like using the tracker, maybe you just pull up the picture on your phone, but you're writing all those categories down in your planner. That way you're not skipping a section. And Lauren did that great call on the winning day. So making sure that we're doing our IPA properly is going to build your business very strongly. And, that's a lot what Fallon was just talking about too. So, all right, you guys, thank you for jumping on. Have a great night.